We will start with, in the last class we discussed that uh, to manage a project or to start and complete a project, to efficiently manage the different stages, first of all you need efficiency, not only in your specialized aspect but in all intermediate aspects, so that the overall thing is well managed, so overall outcome is the best possible outcome as per as your capability. So the first stage of getting a project is to formulate a project. Okay, so it is something like, you all are, okay, you are in your fourth year, so you will be selecting your thesis topic in 1 or 2 months maybe. So your thesis is about for creating or understanding that there is a need for an action, and you as an architect is going to give a solution for that particular problem, to get rid of that particular problem. So what you are basically doing in your thesis is you are trying to, okay, if it is not a thesis, consider it as a project. So there is a place where, in any particular area where there till now there is no, say what, there is no cancer hospital, and you felt that okay, there are a lot of people who, because of the environment over there, maybe there is a uranium mine or a cement factory or something like that, which is definitely carcinogenic. So more proportion of people in a particular area is reporting of this particular problem. So why not, so first thing that you can also do is you can reduce the pollution level or reduce the, stop the industries, but that is not feasible. So what we do is we design a, we provide a special cancer hospital in that particular region. So that is your way of solving a problem which you have understood or which you have conceptualized. So that's not all. What I'm saying, trying to say is that is not all. That यहाँ पे इनको भूख लगा है, इनको खाना दे दो. That is not all. If you are a good project manager, you will try to understand that ये भूखा क्यों है. Like it might take a bit more time, but if you are a good project manager, you can even do it faster. It says that if somebody is hungry, what is the cause that he is hungry? Why he is not able to have food? Is there a scarcity of resource, or is there a problem for which he cannot digest the food, or he is having some other problems or not, or is there a, is the water contaminated? What is the reason? You have to find out in detail and then give according solution. You have to give the solutions accordingly. It may also happen that okay, there is food, he is hungry, but he cannot pay to purchase that food. So money is the problem, cost is the problem. Okay, so there can be several problems. So each and every one needs a proper formulation. That means a formula, not x is equal to a plus b, but a different kind of formula. That means all interrelated outcome or program that has to be framed first. So that's the first stage of a project management. It is known as a project formulation. FORMULATION. So in project formulation, first we will, I will try to point out that for any project, in any generic projects, that means whatever project, whatever problem that you find out, there are certain steps in which you can think of giving a proposal to solve that problem. So the first solution that we come up with, first stage of the solution is to introduce the problem. So first is introduction. Please note that the first step of a project formulation is an introduction. So in this particular introduction, we introduce the problem, describe the problem in its existing condition. Okay. So sometimes describing the problem in the existing condition only gives a tentative solution to your mind. The same example is a cancer hospital. So when you are saying that in today's day, when the industries are in full-fledged operational condition, where the pollution level is so high that carcinoma is a very common problem that is being reported by the available doctors in the vicinity, who doesn't have a place to operate those patients. So what I have said has given an idea to my mind that okay, there are doctors who can detect it. There are pathology labs or biopsy labs or histopathology labs who can detect the problem. But what the doctors are saying is they cannot do the treatment, they cannot operate the people. Surgery के जगह नहीं है. That means एक छोटा सा primary health center खोलने से the problem is not going to solve. और एक doctor's chamber देने से that problem is not going to solve. So the nature of the problem in the existing condition explains the introductory aspects which will lead to some sort of solution, and along with it, it will also avoid some other sort of solutions. So that's the importance of a concise but detailed. Concise means as short as possible, as optimum as possible, but detailed description of the problem in the current situation. Okay. The second step of project formulation is conceptualization. Okay. So I will be talking in non-architectural aspects maybe, and you can start thinking of as if you have gone to an office, a client has come with a problem कि मेरे को रहने के लिए मकान नहीं है, but मेरे पास थोड़ा बहुत पैसा है. Let's start the project, formulate it. So that should be in your mind. So once you get the example from my side of this cancer hospital, you are going to convert your own formulation of the project mentally for your own architectural solution. So in conceptualization, what we say is we try to solve the existing problem with several concepts. Now these concepts may be overlapping, they may be exhaustive, mutually exhaustive. That means different solution for different problems. Like problem is there is no cancer, there is lot of industries. So the problem in the introduction, I will say there are a lot of industries whose effluents and the resource creates lots of carcinogenic material. And these industries cannot be removed. And because of these industries, lot of people have started residing in the vicinity. So these are the description of the problem. But we cannot say that we cannot stop the industry because it will stop earning revenue. That is not a description of a problem. So what concept हम लोग क्या लगाएंगे is, okay, we can solve the problem by intervening in the industrial level by reducing their pollution, screening their pollution with safety audits and all. Or we can design the location, or we can delineate the location of the houses, the residential areas, or the in a direction where the pollution doesn't transmit. Or we can come up with a concept of introducing lot of buffers to filter the pollution out of that. Okay. So several concepts can come up, several concepts. So which concept solves the problem in which way? Ultimately, you just have to solve the problem. So any of the concepts can solve the problem. So which you feel apt is up to you. The project manager decides key what should be my approach to solve this problem. That is only my concept. So what I have मेरे दिमाग में क्या है, इसको कैसे address किया जा सकता है, ठीक है? So that's the conceptualization. Now मान लो कि in the same hospital your concept is okay, you are going to design a specialty cancer hospital. So those kind of carcinoma diseases that happens, can you help me out with any example of a place? कोई भी area जहाँ पे एक बार मतलब I need to just cite that place जहाँ पे ऐसा situations है, तुम्हें मालूम है, and there is a shortage of facility. Anybody can come up with a place so that it is easier for me to explain.
Sir, Kasaragod in Kerala.
I didn't get. What is the name of the place in Kerala?
Kasaragod.
Kasaragod. Right?
The Kasaragod cashew plantations.
Cashew plantation.
Yes, sir. Kasaragod.
Sorry. Okay, your voice is breaking a little bit. Okay. That's one example that I am taking up. And another example that I am taking up is the stone quarries in and around Hampi. Most of you, I guess, have visited the place. So if it is stone quarry and if it is sandstone, then the dust of stone is carcinogenic. I guess all of you know that. So that affects what? Firstly, it will affect the lungs and your thyroid and the pharynx. Then it will transmit to your bone, then your blood. While it transmits to your blood, it will cause problem to your brain. and then some other problems will come up. So both of them are carcinogenic. I am not sure about the place, and I don't know whether others of all of you know this place or not, but I'm sure all of you know about the stone quarries in and around Hampi, which were stopped after several micro scale earthquakes in the vicinity. Those were stopped. So let's take that as an example. That one concept that came to my mind is not only stopping the stone quarries and all, or cutting the stone, breaking the stone crushing industries. Let's not stop that, but let's build a proper hospital which will be specialized in dealing with those kind of cancerous problem. I'm not going to talk about the cervical cancer or colon cancer or something like that, or liver cirrhosis. We are going to talk about some specialized cancer situations. So certain specialized facilities will be there. So my concept is to establish a specialized cancer hospital in a location which is easily accessible by those people, those identified mass of people who are going to generate from the places where there is problematic, as well as a second tier of catchment has to be delineated. कि ऐसा थोड़ा ही हो सकता है कि हम्पी में नहीं रहता हूँ मैं, कंपली में रहता हूँ या कमलापुर में रहता हूँ तो हॉस्पिटल मेरा ट्रीटमेंट नहीं करेगा. नो, not like that. So we have several buffers of zone. So that is a concept that is coming to my mind. Secondly, that will be an enabling process. Coming to that hospital, whatever you design should not say that यहाँ पे लोग मरते हैं तो आप यहाँ पे मत आइए. नहीं, you earn your living, but in an early stage when you are working as an industrial worker, you get yourself screened and tested in that hospital so that other peoples will know that you have a support system. You will not fear from going out of your home to your workplace. So that's my concept. Maybe you all have several other concepts, but can I directly go and start building a hospital, a cancer hospital? I see a case study of UK. I see a case study of USA. I see a case study of Tata Medical Center. So what I basically do is I am trying to do a market research, which is the third stage of project formulation. Market research. Okay. So in market research, what I do is not only I do a case study, but also I try to establish the unique selling point for my project. See, if you follow my project, that means you design the hospital, then the industrialist will invest in development of the hospital. The stone quarry ka malik will invest in the development of hospital. So it will not be a burden on the government at a go. And then it will bring in more people because they are assured of a one night stay in that particular area or 2 night stay in that particular area. They can stay for a longer time. So it will have a economic boom also. So the market research say that if it is a cancer research hospital, a cancer research center and a specialist hospital, then that will be a prime location for students to come and do a research, doctors to come and do a research, as well as patients to get treated. And that will bring in the village of Hampi or wherever you can develop it, okay, into limelight. So now I am talking about a unique selling point that my business, if I develop a hospital, rather than making a school to solve the problem or stopping the industries or taking away the residential people out from the Hampi to some other places. So other than those, this particular can be a unique selling point of my proposal, which I have come out from market research, क्योंकि मैं ढूंढ के देखा हूँ कि similar cases जहाँ पे ऐसे problems होता है, what are the probable solutions that they come up with. ठीक है. The fourth sections that we note in the project formulation is project location and statutory requirements. Project location and statutory requirement. Now, two sources, one in Kerala, one in Karnataka. Both of them will not have the same concept of or same ideologies just because the location of the two places are different. The building style, if you're planning to do a building, the building style will be different because of the location, because of the statutory requirement of the area. So if you're developing a hospital in a heritage zone, it will have different constraints. And if you're designing it in Kerala, it will have a different zone. It will have a different solution because of the location. So you have to, you cannot have a generic solution. You cannot have a general solution for individual locations. So that will come up, and with that will come up all necessary statutory requirements. So which are the local municipality or local authority who is going to dictate over the developments and all, that is going to come up next. Okay. Then in your project formulation, you have to write about the estimated cost of project. Okay. Now, Hampi has more fund. Hampi Development Authority or say Hospital Development Authority gets more fund to develop Hampi as a heritage center. But उसी पैसे से अगर तुम गांव-गांव में जाके लोगों को पानी पहुंचा रहे हो, पीने का पानी, that is not the proper channelization of the fund. So once you have a project, you should be able to estimate a fund for that. So only if that fund is available, this project is feasible. If that fund is not available, then some other project solution will come up. Some other solution has to be sorted. If the estimate is too less, then you can have multiple solutions for the same problem. So so you have to state the cost of the projects. Now, on the basis of the cost of the projects, different authorities becomes interested. If the cost of project is less, then your neighborhood level में, if there is a chairman in the cooperative, housing cooperative, they will come up. If the cost of project is higher, जैसे मान लो कि मुझे एक छोटा सा डॉक्टर का चेम्बर बिठाना है हमारे नेबरहुड में, so it is up to the neighborhood people, the people in the neighborhood, those who will come up and decide that कि एक स्पेशलिस्ट डॉक्टर को बुला लेते हैं. If it is a small village or a small town, then primary health center will be developing. But if it is a area with a population of 1 lakh or more, with a population density of 400 people per square kilometer, then you need something more. That means the cost of project will increase. Okay. So that has to be mentioned over there. Now this cost of project attracts different scale of investors. It might happen that, okay, you are giving a solution where UNESCO becomes interested, which is a global organization under United Nations. They will become interested कि हाँ बस अगर यहाँ पे ऐसा चीजें रहेगा, then the cost of redevelopment of the old heritage site or restoration of artifacts will be faster and better because more people will be employed in the industries, those who are breaking the stones for restoring the structures. That may happen. I'm just giving an example which just now came to my mind. Okay. After that, so cost of the project is the 5th section. The 6th section says you have to declare your form of business organization. Which kind of business organization you are a member of? Are you a sole proprietor? That means you alone is the owner and you run your business alone. Or you have a partnership business. Or are you doing a joint venture? Or are you forming a cooperative? Or your company is a private limited company or not? Which kind of company or business organization do you run? So under what capacity? So when the project gets approved, if it is a sole proprietor, small firm, then we will know that which kind of activities you can do. If you are a private sector undertaking, private limited company, we know that you are what you are capable of, what are your expertise. So we will be more likely to give positive feedbacks, positive outcome for in lieu of this project formulation. The 7th one is you have to declare, you as a owner of that business organization have to declare the sources of your fund. That when you will be designing and building and all, what is the source of your fund which you are going to invest? So if it's a cost reimbursement kind of project, so that means you will do the design, you will supervise the execution and all. Execution के खर्चा वर्चा सब ये देने वाला है, but you also have to invest from your side because it is a business firm. So what is your asset? And if you are leaving the contract midway, if you, after giving a contract, what all are your capability of mortgaging? So what is your existing asset? Do you have lot of pending liabilities or not? So you are supposed to declare your source of fund in terms of bank guarantees, maybe your existing asset and liabilities. So the 7th section of your project formulation will talk about source of fund, existing assets and your liabilities. Is it clear till now? Project formulation.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The next aspects talks about, the next section of project formulation talks about project viability and its future aspect. So that you are doing something, your project, your solution, your concept is giving a solution to a problem which has been identified by you, which is highly viable, that you have to prove. It is not a dream, or it is not something which cannot be built, which is not viable, not like that. You should prove that it is highly viable. In several other case studies, this was the problem, there was some problem, and this was the only solution to that kind of problem. So from case studies we try to emphasize uh, on the positive feedback of similar cases. So with this, and when you prove it, when you are done, like when you have designed the building, how it is going to benefit, that will help in establishing the project viability beforehand, pehle se hi. So when you are imagining the project, at that point of time only you have to find out that whether this particular project is viable or not. Okay. It may happen that, say, in a development authority level or a municipal level, you are planning for providing a hospital. So मैं, मेरा बड़ा वाला टीम है, मैं लेके जा रहा हूँ और एक हॉस्पिटल डिजाइन कर रहा हूँ. But मान लो one of you isolatedly go and apply for a project. So the local authorities, मान लो local municipality के chairman जो है, म्यूनिसिपलिटी होगा या नहीं भी हो सकता, टाउन के जो कोई भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल पर्सन है, यूएलबी का रिस्पॉन्सिबल, ही सीज की योर ऑफिस इज ए स्मॉल ऑफिस, यू आर नॉट कैपेबल ऑफ डिजाइनिंग ए गुड हॉस्पिटल, सो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. सो व्हाट ही डिसाइड्स इज, ही डिस्कसेस विथ यू एंड देन कम्स अप विथ small thing where you have a small ambulance and a doctor's chamber, a small scale facility. That is because that is more viable than providing a hospital. Hospital का running cost इतना ज़्यादा आएगा, you will not have those many number of patients in a small area. So designing a cancer medical college as well as a cancer hospital may not be viable. It can be a probable solution, but it is not viable for future continuation. Okay. So project viabilities and futures is that particular section. The next section is highlighting main features of your design, or of your, not design, sorry, of your projects. Okay, when this project will be built, it will employ a lot of local people in the maintenance of the building. Electrical engineers from Industrial Training Institute will be deployed in here. You will have jobs for nurses, you will have jobs for medical students who are doctors, and many other small things. You will have lot of stores for chemists and pharmacy khul jayega. So lot of job opportunities may come up. So that is to be highlighted. Secondly, it is going to be a green building. इसको highlight करो. It is going to be a sustainable energy conscious building. इसको highlight करो. हम्पी में बना रहे हो, it is on the गदक का जो टेक्टोनिक बेल्ट है उसी पे लाई करते हैं. So where there is a gold reserve below, and we know that gold mining के टाइम में blasting होता है. So hence Hampi is a zone where it lies in between a mining zone and a river basin. River basin Tungabhadra has also, water erosion के वजह से it has formed a deep gorge. So there is a lot of chance of earthquake. So how this is going to be earthquake resistant structure, or it is going to be a flood resistant structure. नदी है, flooding होता है. So in what aspects you are going to make it. So these are the important highlights, features. So that should be mentioned in your project formulation. Okay. So these are the most important sections that you have to highlight when you are formulating a project. Other than that, two more things can be added to make it more viable, which is any other statutory requirements that you need to follow. So during the something comes up embedded with the project location, but other than that, you should also have some other statutory requirements. For example, say fire safety norms, or say easy referral cases in case there is a hospital or not, which can be done because of some statutory recognitions done for that particular zone, or particular styles that you have to follow which comes under the development control norms or not. So any other possible statutory requirements that is required for your solution of the problem that you have identified has to be mentioned. It can be mentioned to make it more viable. And the last thing is, who are your target buyers? So when you write a project, that who all are you expecting to approach so that they accept your project? So who all are the target buyers, and how are you planning to launch your project in your market? So market launching through social networking and God knows in whatever aspect, पर्ची print करके दीवार में चिपकाना है, न्यूज में डालना है. So what is your actual plan of launching the project into a market? या एक proposal बना के, जैसे फ्लैट अपार्टमेंट्स बेचना है तो लोग क्या करते हैं, राफली एक 3D डिजाइन जो तुम लोग मतलब ऑफिस में बनता है रेंडरिंग के थ्रू वो पेस्ट करते हैं और एक मॉडल इंटीरियर दे देते हैं, और अगर वैसा सिमिलर थिंग्स आर बिल्ड समवेयर तो एक मॉडल फ्लैट का पिक्चर भी बना के is given in the brochure. So that is their way of market launching. If it is a hospital, how are you going to plan to launch it into the market? Who all are going to buy your proposal? Whether it is the Fortis group, whether it is the local government or the Indian Medical Society, who are going to buy your project? You should know that. मान लो कि you are going to plan a hospital, तो तुम कहाँ पे गए हो? You have gone to not the industrialist who can invest, but you have gone to some other person who has no business to do, or who is not going to earn a profit if they buy your project solution. So you should be aware of that aspects also. So that can also be added in a project formulation. So these are 9 plus 2, 11 points. These are generally mentioned. But okay, in project formulation, I cannot strictly say only this 9 or 11 points is going to make it a feasible problem. You may require something less, you may require something more, depending on the identification of the problem. Okay. So I have a problem in front of me, which is open for everyone. So, okay. So please note it. And okay, this is not a compulsory aspects, but if you feel that you want to pursue in this particular line, or if you want to pursue in any management courses on or later or architectural management, so I'm giving you a typical example of situation where you can plan to formulate a project. So okay, the class is being recorded. So you are a graduate in architecture, you wish to be an entrepreneur, and you have a 4 acre of land, vacant land, and the bank of river Mahanadi in Cuttack. Okay. In Cuttack, which is nearby a industrial area. So in the estuary of the Mahanadi river in Cuttack, beside an industrial area, you have a 4 acre of land, and you are an architect, and you also want to become an entrepreneur. So you and the exact estuary, that means where the river meets the sea, is not very far from the site which you have. So you are required to submit an innovative and feasible project to the bank for financing or any other financial organization for a loan approval. So this project formulation is not always for constructing, but for a loan approval, sometimes you have to give some proof. जैसे housing loan लेना है तो you have to submit the design of the house, so something like that. So you are required to submit an innovative and feasible projects to the bank or other financial organization for loan, indicating the type of organization you have and the number of employees that is required for the business and the probable outcome of your project. So under these circumstances, मान लो this is an old one, 3-4 साल पहले some of your seniors did it. So if that is the situation, then you have to write a project, small project report. I'm sure if you have been to any office, you have seen lot. You can see similar, get in touch with similar project formulation, because in online class mode in this COVID situation, only assistance that you get is probably from internet. Use it wisely, take the help of it. Okay, so that's first, which is project formulation. So after project formulation, what did we have? What is the next stage of project management? Hmm? Shamim, what is the second stage of project management?
Hello.
Yeah. I'm asking is the first stage of project management was project formulation. So you are done with the you have formulated project. मतलब दिमाग में था वो अभी पेपर में आ गया है. Now what should be done to manage? As I have told there are 4 stages of project management. What is the second stage?
Planning, like how we do it. सर आप म्यूट पे हैं.
Sir, your mic is muted, I think.
Sorry, Kiran, thank you. Okay, the second is project planning. The third stage is project scheduling. So in project planning, what we do is we plan ourselves in getting the work executed. So in planning stage, what we try to do is we try to plan the execution of the work in the most viable optimum way. So the same work of building a cancer hospital in Hampi can be done in several ways. फॉर एग्जाम्पल से आई प्लान की पहले एक मंजिल बनाऊंगा, बेसिक फीचर्स लाऊंगा, उसके बाद पेशेंट आने लगेंगे, थोड़ा प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा, उसके बाद सेकंड बिल्डिंग बनाऊंगा. दैट कैन बी वन वे. और इट कैन बी लाइक यू अप्लाई फॉर ए ह्यूज लोन, बहुत अच्छे कंपनी को रिक्रूट करके पूरा हॉस्पिटल बना के एकदम सारे फैसिलिटीज एक साथ स्टार्ट कर देते हो ताकि बहुत जल्दी से योर रीपेमेंट द रीपेमेंट ऑफ द लोन स्टार्ट्स. सो यू आर अगेन a happy person and several other industrial people comes and invest. और व्हाट यू कैन प्लान इज ओके, जब जब थोड़ा थोड़ा पैसा आएगा तब तब थोड़ा थोड़ा कंस्ट्रक्शन करूंगा. सो यू आर द बेस्ट पर्सन टू डिसाइड which is the most optimum way of working according to the project proposal. So in your plan, your planning will say ki which is the feasible one, which is more efficient one, which is more costly, which is cheaper to execute. So to do that, what we have to do is we have to see, we have to think of the all the stages of the project or all the activities. Okay, the term activities will be used right now because in this phase we will talk about every small aspects of execution or planning or anything as a different activity that is commonly used in any business management. So in project management it will be the same. So we will consider everything that we do as an activity. So activity mapping is the second stage of this project management, which is a project planning. For that, I will take the help of if I recall that does this chapter looks familiar or somewhere you have seen chapters like this? कहीं भी पहले देखे हो ऐसे chapters? This chapter, particular chapter. Ritika?
Yes, sir.
You haven't seen. So you have just shared the link of this book, but you haven't seen that how the text looks like inside. So this is a link of the same book which you shared long back during discussion of the syllabus. Okay. So what I will do is I will try to share it. Okay, in the chat box and in the Microsoft Teams, I am sharing this. It will be uploaded in this particular group. So if you cannot follow the screen, you can follow the book itself. So it is known as project management with PART and or CPM. So these are two tools, the program evaluation and review technique, shortly known as a PART, or critical path method, commonly known as CPM. Okay. So these are two of the many options that we are going to discuss in our this second phase. Has anyone got any experience of using a critical path method anywhere in your life? Because you are at the new curriculum. इससे पहले ऐसा होता था कि when I started this topic, already in two different subjects, this critical path method and this program evaluation review technique has already been taught. So none of you have an experience of this particular techniques, right? Does anybody have an experience of using this technique? ऐसे हम लोग एक्टिविटीज को मैप करते हैं. Yes, Ritika, you are saying something.
No, sir.
I guess all of you can see my screen, which I have shared.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, okay. So let me today give a broad perspective of what we are going to discuss in the next week. Okay. So next week we are going to take up lot of several tools that we need to find out how different activities can be mapped. So we know that a project is a thing which has a starting and which has an end. From the definition we know, and it has to pass through certain other intermediate activities. So how those activities are going to plot, or what is the interrelationship among those activities which will result into the desired outcome. For example, say if I ask you to construct a small one story house, and then you say कि अरे one story house ये तो बहुत आसान चीज है. I am a 4th year architecture student. So what I will do is क्या करूंगा मैं कंक्रीट का स्लैब कास्टिंग करूंगा, मैं कॉलम बनाऊंगा, उसके बाद बीम बनाऊंगा, फाउंडेशन बनाऊंगा, ब्रिक मशीनरी वॉल बनाऊंगा, उसके बाद पेंटिंग कार्ड डालूंगा, उसके बाद प्लास्टर करना है. सो आई एम टेलिंग उसके बाद, एंड देन यू आर श्योर दैट सर कुछ पागल की तरह कुछ भी बोल चुके हैं कि देयर आर लॉट ऑफ एक्टिविटीज, ऑल द एक्टिविटीज आर relevant to execution of the work, but all of them are not arranged in a proper way. So that means the plan for the project is not ready. The project has been formulated, but you have not planned the activity. That means the interrelationship of the activities has not been achieved. So the second page we have certain activities A B C D E F करके N तक activities है, and then it is a construction project. So the description of those activities are noted here. Excavate, lay the foundation, put up the rough wall, put up the roof, install the exterior plumbings, install the interior plumbing, put up the exterior sidings, do the exterior painting, do the electrical works, put up the wall board, install the flooring, do the interior painting now, install the exterior fixtures, install the interior fixtures. Okay. These are the activities, right? Now, I guess all of you can see what are the activities, right? In the screen, or should I zoom in? Is it visible to everyone? Is the screen visible to everyone, or should I zoom in the table below 22.1?
No, sir, we can see it.
We can.
Yes, yes,
Anybody
visible.
have? It is visible. Okay. So there are A to N. So there are 14 activities that has to be completed to get something constructed, say a building constructed. And what we see is that, for example, if I ask you that there is an activity which is activity H, do the exterior painting. So to do the exterior painting, can you do the exterior painting until and unless the exterior plumbing layouts are already done and the exterior siding is also done? Can you start painting on the exterior? So what I'm trying to mean is, can I start activity H without completing activity E and activity G?
No, sir.
No. So that means there are certain activities which are dependent on some other activities or sub activities. So on the right, on the third column, it says that immediate predecessors. That means first activity A, it will start on day 0. The second activity is, which is lay of foundation. A foundation can be start to be laid only after the excavation is over. Rough wall can only be built when the foundation is already laid. Roofs can be built only when the walls are constructed. So in that way, which are the immediate predecessor of one activity is mentioned. Hence I said, you said no to activity H, do the exterior paint. The immediate predecessor, that means to start activity H, which other activities needs to be completed is activity E and G. E is install of exterior plumbing, G is put up the exterior siding. So ये दोनों होने के बाद ही activity G can start. So that's the interrelationship of activities. Okay. And one thing which is for sure, I guess all of you will agree, is that we have to go from activity A to activity N. We cannot start from activity N and go towards activity A. Or we cannot start from anywhere and end anywhere. It has to start with activity A and the project has to get concluded with activity N. So this is a project. That means it has a definite start and a definite end. What else? It has to be done within a particular time. So on the right hand most column, you see that we have the times mentioned, that each and every activity comes with a duration of times of its execution. So if you add all these weeks, you will see that approximately 50-60 weeks zarurat hai. So that is only required only if we complete one activity and then only start that second activity. But if you are allowed to do some activities which are not interdependent, but they can be done parallelly, then the total end time that you will require to complete, that means the deadline, can be reduced. Instead of 52 weeks, you can complete it in 47 weeks or even 40 weeks. 40 weeks में अगर 47 weeks का काम कर लोगे तो you have lot of extra profit, because you have not invested extra money for the workers to live in the site for more days. So what we do is, usually a network to visually display a project is prepared, जिसको प्रोजेक्ट नेटवर्किंग बोलते हैं. बाद में नेक्स्ट वीक में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. And this can be done by two different ways. The project network, which is a network of all the activities leading to the outcome of the project, can be done in two ways. One type is here. I guess you can see my mouse moving. One type is the activity on the arc. That means the activity means that on day 0 you are starting a work, and on day n you are ending a work. So the activity means day 0 से लेके day n तक जाना. And there can be different way where we say this activity is on node. So you know what a node and internode means. In a bamboo workshop सबने किया. You know what a node is, and the internode is the distance between those two. So internode is known as an arc. So if I go to the next picture, see, you can see a network. All of you can see the network on top. It has a start, it has a finish. So if I plot the activity A not in the circle but along the line, that means 0 से लेके A पहुंचने तक is activity A, then it is known as activity on the arc. And if I put that activity कि A completion of A is more important than execution of A, so then I will put कि 2 हफ्ते time दे दो, A खत्म हो जाएगा. That means activity A is at the node. ठीक है. So for critical path method, we will check on activities at node, and for this project evaluation and review technique, we will go for activities on arc. So then we will plot this out. Now, just if you are even not an architecture student or you are not a project manager, still तुम लोग बचपन में ये खेलते थे ना कि there is a ring of lot of passages and all. There is a starting and there is a end. You have to pass your pencil through the line from the starting to the end. ऐसे मतलब बच्चों के games होता है. So in that way, if we plot this network, you see that you are going to start at 0, which is start, and going to reach the finish. And there are more than one ways to reach the finish. Right? Do you agree with me? There are multiple ways to reach the finish from the start.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But you have to select that path which encompasses all the activities but is the shortest. So you can have overlapping activities, but you have to overlap in such a way so that the total time taken from the starting to the final finish, not intermediate finish of individual stages, but the total finish is the minimum. And that also has to be done at a cost where all the activities has to be executed. So A से लेके N तक जितना भी activities है, from A I start and I reach M and N on the same day, but I have not executed say activity K, which is flooding. ये नहीं चलेगा. You have to go through all the activities. अभी थोड़ा ना मतलब theoretical से थोड़ा ना mathematicals में आने की कोशिश करो. Integration वगैरह सब नहीं. It is simple mathematics where you just have to do addition and subtractions. But so the technique of doing that additions is the concern. So which all to add, which all to subtract should be our concern. So from from the start to finish, we have to reach in a particular time, which is definitely going to be an additive because you have to pass through a particular path. So in an additive way, you are going to reach the finish without compromising on the completion of any one activity. So उसी को करने का बहुत सारे तरीका है. Now if that is solved, that means you can get the building constructed in the minimum time possible without compromising on the quantity of any sub stages. Okay. So इसको बोलते हैं critical path method. I have shared it. Please download that because next day you all have to follow these particular tables. And you also have to have a calculator along with your exercise book. जहाँ पे we will take this example, we will try to solve out because I will be asking you, some of you, the addition, subtraction, you will find out. ये ना this can only be learned if you do the problem, if you solve the problem. सिर्फ मैं समझाऊंगा तो there will be lot of chances to get for mistakes. Okay. तो इससे पहले एक बार नेक्स्ट मंडे से पहले, मंडे क्लास से पहले इसको एक अच्छा मंडे तो क्लास नहीं ले पाऊंगा, चलो छोड़ो. ट्यूसडे को जब क्लास होगा 1:15 बजे, एटलीस्ट मेक श्योर दैट यू हैव गॉन थ्रू दिस चैप्टर. मतलब बस देख लो कि इसमें क्या है, हेडिंग देख लो, पूरा पढ़ने का जरूरत नहीं है. पढ़ाऊंगा तो मैं, उसके लिए मैं हूँ. Okay, but have it with you. If possible, if some of you can, at least get this few pages printed so that you can write the notes in this particular, you can highlight it here itself, because unlike other subjects you cannot highlight this particular, this doesn't come as text, this is an image. So highlighting में problem होगा, so please get a copy of it if possible. नहीं हो रहा है तो कोई problem नहीं, I will try from my side as much as best as I can to explain it. So today we discussed project